Testing? We're all good? Okay. I'd like to call the meeting to order. This is the School District of Waukesha Board of Education, our reorganizational meeting. Today is Monday, April 26, 2021. Sue, will you please take the roll call?
William Baumgart.
Here.
Corey Montiel.
Here.
Greg Dietz.
Here.
Amanda Roddy.
Here.
Kelly Piasek. Here. Patrick McCaffrey.
Here.
Anthony Zenobia. Here. Karen Reinacek. Joseph Como.
Here. And Sue, will you please verify that the meeting's been properly posted?
Yes, it has.
Okay, thank you. Tonight we have, each year we elect our officers one time a year, and we have a process that we go through for this, and the guidelines for that process is at your desk. I don't know if you've had a chance to take a peek at those, but what I'll do is kind of take you through that real quick. This is a fairly unique time because we have ballots are done in a confidential manner. We have these colored ballots in front of you where we will write down our votes, and Sue will count those votes and will tell us what the results are. Officers will be elected by the majority of board members present, so all 9 of us are here. So we'll need 5 votes to win a position. Nominations are seconded, which is a tradition of this board. However, if you may vote for any person that has been nominated, so if you nominate someone or second a nomination, you're not required to vote for that person. If there is only one nomination, a ballot vote is not necessary. And a motion to close nominations and cast a unanimous vote may be made and seconded, followed by a roll call vote. So we wouldn't turn in those ballots for that. Where there's no such majority that exists on the first ballot, a second vote will be cast for the 2 candidates who receive the greatest number of votes. Yes, Bill.
Well, maybe I misunderstood the way you said it, but item number 3, you're not required to vote for somebody that's been nominated. You may write in anybody.
Yes, yes. So you can vote for any of the nominees. Yep.
No. You can vote for anyone through the write-in process.
I don't know, Bill, is your mic on? Or maybe get it closer?
It does not indicate that you have to vote for somebody that's been nominated. If you read this again, and I think this is the way it's always been, which is a tradition of the board. However, board members can vote for anyone through the write-in process.
Okay. I appreciate that clarification. But it's also true that if you nominate someone, you can vote for anyone. And that's usually a clarification that comes up. But yes.
You're not limited to a
Correct. So let's say there were 2 people nominated, you can still do a write-in on your vote, is what you're saying. Okay. Kelly?
The majority is a majority of the board.
Is it on?
5.
Maybe closer.
How's that? I just want to clarify, when you say majority, is a majority of the board meaning 5 or majority as in the most votes?
It's the majority and the most votes. So it depends on the nomination process. So how many is nominated? So let's say if we had 5 nominations and we had 5 people that were voted in, and let's say 4 people got 1 vote and the other person got all the votes, all the remaining votes. Do we still need 5, Sue?
Yeah, it's the
so
majority
it has to
of the
come up to a minimum of 5 in that count. So minimum of 5 because we have 9 here.
Thank you.
Any other questions? So we will be looking at president, the offices of president, vice president, treasurer, clerk, and secretary. And we will be starting with the president as the first office to vote on. What we'll do is open it up for nominations at this time. Are there any nominations for the presidency? Mr. Baumgart,
I'll nominate Joe Como.
is there a second to that?
Second.
Second by Amanda. Other nominations?
Nominate Cory Montijo.
Is there a second to that? Second by Ms. Reincheck. Any other nominations? Any other nominations for president? Okay, so we have Cory and myself have been nominated. So if you take the yellow ballot, we can cast our votes and just keep your vote just at your desk, and Sue will come around to collect them.
Have a majority vote for Joe Como.
Okay. Thank you for your trust. I appreciate that. Moving on to the vice presidency. Open up for nominations at this time for vice president. Mr. Montijo,
Amanda Roddy, please.
is there a second to Amanda? Second by Bill Baumgart. Any nominations for vice president?
I would like to nominate Kelly Piasek.
Is there a second to Kelly? Second by Ms. Reincheck. Further nominations for vice president? Nomination for Cory. Is there a second to that?
Second.
Second by Amanda. Any further nominations? Okay. Okay, so we'll close the nominations. So we have three people, Sue. Kelly, Cory, and Amanda. Kelly, Cory, and Amanda have been nominated. So we'll take the blue ballot.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Okay, we do not have a clear majority.
Yeah, can you turn your mic on or get it closer, Sue?
Sorry, I was-
Yeah, so you have to actually have the mics pretty close. It's tough to hear without that.
We did not have a clear majority. We have 4-3-2, so we would knock out the person who got the 2,
Okay?
Cory. So the vote would now go to Kelly or Amanda.
Okay,
if you would recast.
take the blue ballot again.
We have a clear majority for Amanda.
Okay, congratulations, Amanda. We'll move on to treasurer. I'll open it up for nominations for treasurer. Mr. Dietz.
Mr. McCaffrey.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Amanda. Further nominations for treasurer, I'm sorry. Person, not thing. Further nominations? Karen Reincheck? Okay, Kelly's been nominated. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Montijo. Further nominations? Okay, so we have Kelly and Patrick, and we're looking at the green sheet.
Thank you.
And it's a clear majority for Patrick.
Okay, congratulations, Patrick. We will move on to clerk. Any nominations for
Can I make
clerk?
a suggestion?
Yes.
This one is kind of ambiguous as to what it is, and I'm not too sure Kelly and Anthony know what the clerk. In fact, I'm not sure I can
Can you
even say.
speak a little closer, Bill?
Define clerk, the clerk position?
Sure. Well, the clerk is a person who signs many official documents. So when the board takes action and we pass, let's say, we're going to have a bond purchase, or we're going to be opening up a new account with a financial institution, or we have signed a contract to sell a piece of property. The clerk is the person who officially signs for many of those transactions of the board. Sometimes the president does. Sometimes there are other signatories that are needed. But the clerk also, when we go into closed session, make sure that we properly, he or she takes attendance in closed session, and make sure that we're properly taking notes, and it's their responsibility to take the minutes. And those are the primary duties. Our secretary is Sue. Why don't you tell us all the things that you do? I mean, you're here now. You're taking, you're doing the votes count here for us.
I make cookies.
Good.
Does that help? Does that help, Bill? Yeah.
That's
Yes.
I was really thinking more for their needs.
I would just add to the clerk position, ideally, it's someone who's somewhat available on a regular basis, because sometimes those signatures have a tight timeline. So if you travel a lot on business, not that that should be the deciding factor in who's selected, but it can play a role sometimes if they can be there, in a day or two's notice.
They also sign all of the election notices and everything else that I send to all the municipalities and everything. So, yeah, we do need the signature quite often. The clerk, yes.
Okay. Other questions on that? Okay, nominations for clerk. Mr. Dietz,
Mr. Baumgart.
is there a second to that?
Second.
Second by Kelly? You had your hand up before too,
Second.
Kelly?
No, I'm seconding.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Further nominations for clerk? Amanda?
Karen Reinacek.
Karen?
I'll second.
Second? Okay, thank you. Further nominations for clerk? Okay, so we have two nominations. That is Bill and Karen. We're looking at the orange ballot.
And there is a clear vote for Bill.
Congratulations, Bill. Then the final position of secretary. Be opening that up to
I don't have
nomination.
any,
Might turn it down.
Nominate Sue Ettinger.
There we go.
Is there a second to that?
Can you do under the table?
Second by Amanda.
Yes, I paid her.
Further nominations? Nobody's eyeing up anyone behind us?
Seconded?
I did.
Amanda?
And this one, I think we,
I will move to close nominations and cast unanimous ballot for Whittinger,
okay,
for secretary.
and seconded by Kelly. That is a roll call vote. Sue, will you take that roll call vote if you want to?
Corey Montijo?
Aye.
William Baumgart? Patrick McCaffrey?
Aye.
Karen Reinacek? Aye. Anthony Zenobia?
Aye.
Amanda Roddy?
Aye.
Greg Dietz?
Aye.
Kelly Piasek?
Aye.
Joseph Como?
Aye, passes 9-0. Sue, congratulations, and
Thank you.
I hope
Cookies
thank you.
paid off.
Probably bigger thank you than congratulations, so. Okay, so we do have a couple other things on our agenda this evening, but it does not take place here at Lindholm. We are going to visit Les Paul and Waukesha South tonight. We're going to take a look at what changes have been made to both of those schools due to the referendum monies that our constituents said it was okay for us to make those improvements on. So we thank our constituents. I highly encourage our constituents also to take a look at any of the schools that we've made changes to. And we are adjourned to go off and have our tours. Thank you, everyone.